Profiles in Cinemania. John Hurt. Sir John Vincent Hurt, CVE, born at the age of 45 in 1940, died in 1979, again in 1980 and 1987, then finally for good in 2017 of pancreatic cancer. Sir John was a Golden Globe winner, 2-time Oscar winner, 3-time BAFTA winner, and was a staple of British cinema from the time he came to prominence in 1966, playing Richard Rich in A Man for All Seasons, where his ginger bowl cut set the standard for all ginger British actors who followed him, particularly Rupert Grint. Perennially haggard and ill-appearing, Hurt built a career from appearing 20 years older than his numerical age, thereby breaking boundaries and providing screen representation to the frail and sickly men of the world in an industry whose leading men are most often defined by firm jawlines and musculature. Hurt began acting for the screen in 1962, but his most notable roles begin with his questionable casting as Caligula in the 1976 BBC series I, Claudius. However, he is perhaps best remembered for his eruption upon the international screen as Executive Officer Kane in Ridley Scott's 1979 film Alien. Hurt is also well remembered for playing Joseph Merrick, the Elephant Man in David Lynch's eponymous film of 1980, the downtrodden protagonist Winston Smith in the 1984 adaptation of George Orwell's novel 1984, the dude who sold Harry Potter his wand, the big bad in V for Vendetta, Indiana Jones' sort of stepdad in Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, and the War Doctor incarnation of Doctor Who. British newspaper The Observer accurately characterized his voice as, quote, nicotine sieved through dirty moonlit gravel, unquote, which is to be expected from a man who smokes heavily in most of his films, and sounds like he first lit one up at about the same age as he started on Solid Foods. Despite this apparent handicap, Hurt had a prolific voice acting career as well. The late 70s and early 80s boasted a bumper crop of Hurt-driven animated features that scarred the first generation of kids raised on home video. He played Aragorn in Ralph Bakshi's Lord of the Rings, Hazel in Watership Down, Snitter in The Plague Dogs, and the Horned King in The Black Cauldron. Fritz the Cat notwithstanding, back in the days before hentai or furries, lots of boomer parents mistakenly believed all cartoons at the video store were for kids. Xennials learned that lesson the hard way. If John Hurt was in the cast, that cartoon was gonna hurt. Okay, so we're taking the piss out of him all in good fun. Sir John was a decent human being, even if many of his films were unfortunate sources of cinemania. He funded several charities, including Project Hurrah, which helps impoverished children with facial disfigurements, and the PARODY Foundation, which helps children with a severe and disfiguring genetic disability. This has been another profile in Cinemania. Profiles in Cinemania is a production of the Cinemania Society, LLC. This episode was written by Ethan Ireland and performed by Andre Luke Martinez. Music by Carl Casey at White Bat Audio.